You have to catch that on Nitty TV, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Only on Nitty.
Only on the Nitty. I'm telling y'all.
Only on Nitty.
Exclusive. And this is
We live. We back on Nitty TV. And y'all see who I got in the building, man.
Yeah, what up, everybody? It's Marlon PeeWee Joseph, the #1 storyteller, a.k.a. Mr. East Baton Rouge Parish Prison storyteller. What's happening, everybody?
Was the deal, man?
Hey, nothing cooling, bro. It's good to see you back in town, man.
Yeah, we back. You know I gotta pull up on you, man.
That's what I'm saying. When you pull up, it means work and no play, right?
Work and no play.
Yeah. Yeah, right now it's kind of hard right now in that parish right now, bro. You know, it's Mother's Day weekend, bro. And you know, all these kids here, all these thugs, all these hoodlums, whatever you want to call them, that's locked up in the parish, that's locked up in Huntsville, Angola, they locked up. And they not having the opportunity to wake up on Sunday morning this weekend to tell their mamas Happy Mother's Day. And you know, a lot of them don't feel that right now because they don't hit home until Sunday. Today just what?
Saturday.
Today just Saturday. But you give them a couple of more hours, I'm gonna tell you what they really gonna be doing. They gonna be stressing.
They get stressed out on Mother's Day.
They get stressed out. Man, they get stressed out bad because a lot of them got baby mamas. And see, a lot of their baby mamas out here got different baby daddies now.
Oh.
This way it get kind of hectic.
So they know them women partying on Mother's Day.
Well, then they got that song now, Do It With Your Boots On and all that other shit that the fans, they out there letting them know what they doing. They enjoying themselves without them.
They know the women got their boots on the ground.
Yeah, and you know, after Mother's Day, the kids go to sleep. They know that too. You know, they get to try to make them late night phone calls to see if she home. You know, to tell her that bullshit Happy Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? By then, the nigga gave her roses and everything else. If you know what I mean.
And all they got from them is a Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah. And see, bro, a lot of them right now, their mamas might have been, a lot of them been locked up a long time right now. You got to look at that shit too. A lot of them ain't gonna never come home. A lot of them ain't gonna never see their mamas like this. But it's the point when you wake up on one of them Sunday mornings and your mama gone and you get to stressing. You get to stressing because you be thinking about the days you might have been good to your mama. Mm-hmm. You might have been, you know, helping your mama. You might have been of service to your mama. You might have not been a problem child all your life. And you think about them days. And you got dudes in there that used to remind me when I used to be in there, I used to see their stress was different. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The way they stress, like I tell everybody, they like to whoop your ass to relieve stress. And I'm telling you, I've seen many times, many years pass by, I'd have seen the way they stress. I'd have seen dudes who lost their mamas, you know what I'm saying, from doing time. I'd have seen when the dudes pick up the phone and try to call home and nobody there answering the phone. But like I say, I saw it from experience, best hands-on experience, like people say. And you can't always believe that shit. You can't. Real talk. My first Mother's Day, it was difficult because I wasn't able to get a chance to use the phone because that's how hard it was to get to the phones back then. You heard me? Yeah. You have to really be that nigga. You have to really be that guy. You have to really be the one who have hands. And I'm just saying, I wasn't scary, but they showed me I wasn't that nigga neither. You understood what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When they on days like Mother's Day, Father's Day, they had them phones flipped upside down back then. Because they want to reserve their call. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, and picture me asking another guy to use the phone that's not his phone so I could call home. Picture me, his answer would reply be some shit like, you got 20 zoos, you got calling cards, or you want to catch the cut. And if you could beat me, you could use all these fucking phones. My options was all three of them was gone out the door from the gate.
So your options was gone?
Yeah.
Damn.
And I got cool with the dudes over the year time on Mother's Day. And it was this one dude I can remember, and I asked him to make a three-way call for me. You heard me? Mm-hmm. And when I was asking him to make a three-way call for me, I didn't realize he was on the phone with two of his baby mamas and his mama. You heard me? Mm. So I was tapping the dude while he was on the phone, based on true stories. Can't make the shit up. I said, man, you said you was gonna let me get the last 2 minutes on the phone so I could call my people and tell them Happy Mother's Day. My old lady, she didn't have no money on the book, on the phone, real talk.
Right.
I'd have maxed it out. Real talk, I'd have maxed it out. And what I was saying, I'm thinking I'm about to call home to tell her Happy Mother's Day and surprise her off somebody else's call. But this dude had a different plan for me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize why he had his head over his head. He was really crying in tears.
Mm-hmm.
And see, he was crying because one of his baby mama was breaking up with him. Told him it was through. She met somebody else. And I didn't realize me patting on him, showing and doing and sitting there and come on, let me use the phone, make the call for me. I didn't realize he was about to whoop my ass. I didn't realize the dude that I fuck with, that in the cell with me, we homies, we boys, we got to know each other. I didn't realize that he was gonna be that nigga who whooped my ass over a phone call. And not only did he whoop me, he turned around and made another call and stayed on that bitch 3 more minutes. Based on true stories, can't make this shit up. So I'm saying, yeah, Mother's Day could be really, really stressful. And you go through it on Mother's Day. And you gotta understand, some of them dudes know they ain't gonna never see their mamas again.
Damn.
Ain't gonna never see their mama. So this weekend gonna be kind of hard. And it's the same as Father's Day. Nothing different about it. It's just that they won't be calling home to tell them Happy Father's Day. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Jody plays a big part in these little relationships today. I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I call home on Mother's Day. I hear my son in the background asking my baby mama, is it okay if she talk on the phone?
Damn.
You know your nuts and your balls and your heart drop when you hear that shit?
Yeah.
It's real. I'm telling you what goes on right then on Mother's. But I'm telling you, it's real. And I figured like I was raw and gangster then because I knew the ropes and I caught on a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. I figured I could go call Red Call when I hung up that phone. Yeah, balls and shit. I'm mad because my old lady at home with a nigga making another baby on this special day. So I flipped up the phone and I hung that bitch up and I said, what up? Anybody want to get it up there? Mm-hmm. Niggas jumped up like they've been waiting on some shit for years to come. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the niggas that was jumping up, I didn't know they was wanted to be in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm looking at them dudes, man, yeah, let's get it up there. It's time. And I'm trying to figure out a way how to cock a deuce, how to calm these niggas and get them back in the racks in the bed without me getting my ass whooped. And this shit real. But shit don't always go the way you got it planned. Because when you think you got nuts, they got niggas been there with bigger nuts and bigger dicks, you heard me? Real shit. And I ain't gay, but I'm just telling you what I saw. And I seen this shit both ways, in and out, shit. Real shit. And bro, it's real like that. And I can remember me telling them dudes that. But there's one strange dude that's been going through it all that day. All that day, a little young guy. He was in there on that line. But the thing about it, I tell y'all, I was small back then. If you look at my videos when I first started, I was really small.
Yeah, you was about 50 pounds lighter.
Yeah, I'm at 195 right now, good. But I was small and everything in there was bigger than me. Mm-hmm. But you know how they want to match-make you, like a love connection, some shit. They want to hook you up. But then the thing about they hooking you up the Rec Call to fight. And I thought me and this dude, I thought I could take him.
Yeah.
I thought I really could take him. I was a couple of inches taller than this nigga. But he was a couple of niggas wider than me. But me, at the height, I really thought I could flush him. And I got a nigga named Maurice Matthews telling me, you got it, Scrappy, you could do it. Come here. Remember what I told you when this nigga swing at you, you duck and hit back? Yeah. And then he was telling me, remember I tell you, you hit back left and right? You remember that when you go out there? You called him out, he called you out, you go, we in here. He on an armed robbery charge. I gotta remember this nigga ain't never gone home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he set me up for life failure. Yeah.
So
he said, what I'm saying, he set me up for life failure. I went back out there on that hall, on that line, on that till, and I was thinking about what that nigga said when he swing, duck, and you hit. Mm-hmm. But he ain't never told me if a nigga hit you, what to do then.
He ain't told you that
part? No. Nigga hit me, and he hit me again, and the licks hurted.
You could have feel him, huh?
Not only did I feel him, he went from left to right. Wham, wham. Kept coming. I slipped back. I'm thinking Maurice Matthews about to come help me and tell him, all right, it's enough. He got it. He got it. No. Dude got on my chest. Real shit. Bing, 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 bing.
So when you slipped, you was on the ground?
Yeah, on the concrete.
Ooh.
Not no fucking ground, no grass in there. We're inside it, not outside. On the inside of this shit, nigga, I'm telling you. So I'm laying on the concrete, and I'm doing like this here. I'm looking, you know, you can see the niggas that's looking at you. Niggas don't try to break you up, don't try to ask you you're right, or none of that. They keep coming at you. They up there, get him, get him, get him, get him. Fight back, fight back. Nigga, do you know who I am? I lost 182 fights. What make you think that one was gonna be different? I'm looking at Maurice Matthews. I'm thinking they really about to break me up. Dude got tired of swinging on me, got tired of hitting on me because I wasn't never making contact with hits with him. So I get up and I'm flushed up, blooded up, you know what I'm saying? Guards all the way down the gate there looking for some strange reason. They never seem to be looking. You hear me?
Yeah.
On a special day, Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day.
But I go back in the cell with my dog who was telling me, you gotta, when he swing, you gotta duck, 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 duck. Nigga, I wanted to beat the fuck out that dude so bad and for not telling me what was coming with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was green. See, they used to call this shit, they used to grab you under their arms. You heard me? You my son. And I was good. I was happy to have a daddy in there. You know what I'm saying? Because the daddies that you had then was a nigga that was dogs. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about no nigga trying to fuck over you, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You my son, I'm gonna make sure you straight, take care, look out for you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know some niggas just didn't have no bad intentions when they said that shit.
Right.
But then you can't feed off of all them niggas when they say that shit. Because some niggas be saying I'm gonna take care, and the whole time you they bitching, you don't know it. Watch out for that shit on Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day.
Yeah.
It's going down.
Yeah. And you know, they take care of you on Mother's Day. You go to child. You get blessed with extra trays, you know, extra food. But it's nothing what you would have at your mama house.
Right. Nothing you have at home.
They got some niggas getting sweet potato pies in there, changing to meat potato pies. And I ain't talking about the meat potato pies we eat, you know, on Mother's Day. I'm talking about meat potato pie. It's some real shit going on in there. But the holidays, they be, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of niggas last week was really trying to come home early if they said they could burn out. Who wasn't charged yet. You know what I'm saying? They got some of them was in there, already had times trying to see can they get their time calculated early for this weekend here. But they had that chance more than once. You know what I'm saying? I did. You know what I'm saying? I was the type of nigga go home, come back out, do the same shit, and go back in. See, that type of shit don't hit you till it's at home. When you really can't wake up in the morning and you can't open them doors and say, morning, baby, happy Mother's Day. Me and the kids got you this here. Now you pitching this shit, you and another nigga getting you and your kids to give this shit. You understand me? This is what you seeing.
Jody over there for
Man,
Mother's Day.
it ain't just Jody, because she had to try out a couple niggas to figure out which one she wants now. Remember, she ain't been in the streets in 2 or 3 years, you know? So she had a couple contenders. And he don't know his girl might have turned to, you know, OnlyFans girl. You know how it go, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So they stressing over the women on Mother's Day. Yeah, that bring that.
They really stressed. And they got some they got some big dog niggas in there able to network that shit from jail to the streets, like send their bitch some flowers, some roses, send their old lady some cards, some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying, on them. But all everybody in there can't make that type of move. You know what I'm saying?
Now, we speaking on Mother's Day. What percentage you would say a dude's in jail behind a woman? Any shape, any form, shape, or whatever, is somehow is behind a woman that they're in jail.
About 60, 65, 70%. 65, 70% right now. And that's real. And it's basically because of relationships, problems, domestic violence. You know, man, a lot of these men out here today, they don't care no more. They don't hide if they beating their old lady no more.
But I think it's deeper than relationships.
In relationships, women not faithful. Some women niggas just finding out how real she really is, seeing how she really is. You know, the whole time you thinking you've been having this here, You know, but then they got dudes out here that provoke women.
But see, then it get deeper. So let's say like, if a nigga in there for hustling, for selling dope, he got popped. Now what he was hustling for? To shine, to get the hoes.
Right.
That could go back to you in there, still in there behind women, trying to get your shine on. You know, all kind of shit.
Right.
Bro. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And a lot of them out here today, that's really the number one cause, you know, why they out here in the streets. And you know what I'm saying? But I done seen a lot of women tell a lot of dudes, man, you done made enough, you done had enough, you know, it's enough for us, let's just go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Some think like we gonna stay in it, baby, to win it. And not knowing one morning you gonna wake up and you gonna be away from that person you with. Ain't no woman today taking no charges for no 200 bricks. For no nigga. You know what I'm saying? You gonna do your time. And that's how another way it gets started. Because when you go in there, the next day she flawless.
Big facts.
You
Now
know what I'm
look,
saying?
So the term boots on the ground, that's a big song right now. What would that term mean in prison, boots on the ground?
If they got
That
any,
was a term in prison.
if they got any man right now doing that song, Boots on the Ground, or singing that Boots on the Ground, anything like that, that means he's on the table twerking and all this other shit. Because
no, not that. I'm saying, what if they had to make a term out of that? What would that mean in jail?
Boots on the ground?
Yeah.
I hope it ain't putting something in nobody. I would want it to be niggas wreck calling, more wreck calling, put your boot in the nigga face.
Like the term would go to the wreck call or something.
It
Boots
will
on the ground, time to strap up.
get it in there. You want to be like, get it in there? Yeah. Put your boots on the ground, nigga. Put your BBCs on the ground, nigga. You better be careful, nigga. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's crazy, bro. Like I say, any little thing make them go off. A new song they hear on the headphone walking off in the set, and it'll be a song the boy just made, the NBA.
Uh-huh.
Nigga be looking at one of his niggas he don't like. And get ready to go tee off on a nigga listening to NBA. And this nigga might be not knowing this nigga a gorilla from Fredo Bang or some shit. And not knowing this nigga here go retaliate and eat a couple of bananas and come back at hard at him. You take what I'm saying? It's songs that make them fuck up too. It's phone calls, jacking, they do the same thing. Everything on the street that make them want to go crazy out here, they go crazy on the same way in there. It's not just the women, you know what I'm saying, make them do that shit. But they play a big percentage of it. But then now you look at it, niggas don't do shit like they used to impress women. You know, they impressing men right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, a nigga go get a pair of Jordan, your nigga go get a pair of Jordan better than them. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it to impress your girl. You know what I'm saying? Your dog will get a haircut, will get his hair braided. Next day you got your shit braided and hair tore. You know what I'm saying? You're not taking your girl to go get that shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, we was doing shit to get a bitch attention. It's like they doing shit out here today to get another nigga attention to show him how bad they is, how bold they is, how much heart they is, how much gangster is. Do you know a nigga out here just robbed a bank the other day out here in Baton Rouge? What tried to rob a bank? At 51 years old, what would possess a nigga to wake up at 51 years old to get up to go rob anybody's bank?
Yeah, he tripping.
Tripping. He going to the parish.
Yeah, he tripping.
Yeah. But he gonna learn, but the thing about it, this dude did the same bank 11 years ago.
The same bank?
Same bank.
Same dude?
Same dude.
Damn.
Same bank. So I see why they say rehabilitation don't work. 11 years of that. It means you sat there all that time and you figure out a way, you figure out to do that again.
Speaking of rehabilitation, do the rehabilitation work in jail? Like if you really want to be rehabilitated, do they have something in jail that can actually rehabilitate you?
A lot of things come with that. First thing come with it, you would say, it has to be the place where you at. In East Baton Rouge Parish Prison, ain't no rehabilitation. You could give that up. That's out the door. They not letting you rehabilitate nothing in there. Now you go to other different places. They got some camps got rehabilitation, but it's all depending on what you're getting rehabilitated on. Is it drugs? You know what I'm saying? Is it, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I could say it didn't help me.
Right.
Their rehabilitation didn't help me. I went through another process of rehabilitation. And that was getting my ass whooped.
Right.
See, I got my ass whooped so many times I figured it was enough. And I became to this conclusion, this is not the place I'm supposed to be. So that's what rehabilitated me.
Let me ask you this. You think, let's say, if this was a mandatory rule in America, for every man, every male, either at the age of 18 or when they finish high school, they mandatory have to go to prison or boot camp. That's just a part of America. Mandatory, 6 months. Every male. You think that would have stopped the crime rate further in life? We have less crime? Because a lot of dudes get out there, they don't know what's going on. They don't know how hard jail is, and they go out there getting in trouble. But let's say if it was mandatory and you make 18, that you got to go to that prison. And it's prison just like it is. They ain't holding nothing back. And you're going to get 6 months of that, and they just let everybody out. So now it's on their mind that they know what go down in there. So you think that would stop crime further down the line?
I would say, like, you was talking about, like, if they just fresh out of high school.
Yeah, it's mandatory in America.
Yeah.
That's the rule in America. You got to go to prison for 6 months.
That would probably do some things. Because
You think it would slow crime down, though?
the black crime, but they gotta push it, they gotta enforce it, they gotta be strict about it. They can't be letting them do what they do with these prisons now.
No, it's real prison.
Yeah, but you saying real prison out here today, you gotta look at what's real prison. Because some people say real prison out here today is like, it's not like the old prisons.
What I'm saying, the old is the hardest of the hard shit. The hardest shit you can
No
go
phones, no none of that.
nothing.
Yeah,
You going through 6
that'll
months
break
of
them. That would be a good suggestion. That would break them. And you know that would probably open up their eyes beforehand. But you gotta make them do it. But I'm not saying I don't want no black man to just come straight out and just have to experience. But I'm just saying today look like it's completely different from when the fuck we was back in the days. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't listen. They're not scared of anything. They ain't intimidated by nothing. They don't have no fear.
Yeah,
they don't have no. But to put that in their life at an early age.
Yeah.
At an early age, whether you like it or not, whether you want to or not, to put it in their life with it would be a damn good suggestion.
It would be a good
what else?
thing.
I mean, they doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So where would they probably could lose? And that would probably would have.
Yeah. Because I said when they're 20. If
Because
they did that,
like a lot of them today, like you're saying, a lot of kids today do crimes today.
because they don't know what they face.
They do crimes today. People come bond them out. They don't stay in jail no more than 1 day or 2 days. They don't experience that shit, what really goes on.
Right.
They come back home and they knowing mom and daddy got their back in that way, and they knowing that every time that I fuck up and go get out in trouble and do something like this here, that's what, you know, I ain't experienced what really going on.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like they should stop that. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to do a crime and a person able to pay for his way to get out, you know how many times the person can afford to pay for, some of these dudes can afford to pay for their way, and they get out and do the same crime. So I figured this would be a good suggestion. Take away their bonds. Stop allowing them to come back on the street. Now, I don't want to be the dude who say this shit, but stop allowing them. But everything, a money thing, so look, if I'm getting money out this here shit, it's cool. If the jail making money off of it, it's cool. See, we the only ones ain't profiting from this shit.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't care about this.
Yeah,
but it would be a good suggestion.
Yeah, it's a business, bruh. So like if somebody go to jail, so they getting so much money every day for each inmate in jail, right?
Right.
So when they giving you that time, they calculating, okay, he got 10 years. We getting X amount of money every day. Then they gonna average out, okay, what we getting off him a day, they gonna average that to a year.
Right.
So bam, you know, we getting 200,000 off of him just being here a year. Now they gave him 10 years.
Right.
So they're calculating all that with all the people. It's a business thing, man.
Yeah, it really is.
They got privately owned penitentiaries.
On sheriffs, see some of these sheriffs, that's who be owning a lot of these things. You know what I'm saying?
They got privately owned penitentiaries.
Like
That's
I was in
business.
Concordia and Rivers, and these privately owned. You know what I'm saying? And all they do is house. You know what I'm saying? They house them. You know, like Port Allen was like that. That's what it was housing. But it's a money thing. So, but they don't know. Just to hear that, to put that to the table, that might change a lot.
Yeah,
That
man,
might scare. If you put them with the hardest of the hardest, the toughest of the toughest, the roughest of the roughest, the ones who don't care whether or not you might not make it back to tell your mommy you been in this bitch. You know what I'm saying, from this experience. But if you put it in their lives, you know what I'm saying, it's like putting that belt in these kids' lives at a young age. Coming up now, it would be fear, because if they see this here, any type of shit like this here, they'll calm down. They'll know to be back obedience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But right now, they took that away from them, whooping them child. Why you can't whoop that's your child?
Yeah, you'll go to jail, you whoop your child then.
Lady did it. But I came up off that all my life. And I ain't saying nothing wrong, but I ain't say that what made me, you know what I'm saying? But you never know what's going on in the household and how a child should be chastised in their house.
Facts.
See, because a lot of other people sneaky with this shit. Whether or not you popping them, or you can sit over there, or time out for 2-3 hours, or I will wait. Different cultures for different folks, you know what I'm saying? But all that play a part in it. But that something should be mandatory. You
Yeah,
did?
I think it'll slow crime now.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers will think twice. Because a lot of dudes who do the crazy shit, they do shit that get them 20 years on their first time going to jail. They ain't even been to jail before.
And the problem gonna be like, well, why just this guy? So it would have to be both races. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want the people to look at it like a racist point of view. You know what I'm saying? It would have to be, I ain't saying it's just the black community cutting up, but I'm just saying it have to be both sides in order for that to work. Because you don't want these people here feeling some type of way. But it would work if they would come together on a way to do it. Because they got some of them kids throwed out too. Like Uncle B say, he was locked up in the old prison. You know what I'm saying? So they got them like them too. Shout out to my dog.
Shout out Uncle Bang.
Yeah, why not? I love that dude. That's my dog.
Yeah, bro, for real. Okay. This the nitty TV, Marlon, PeeWee. You know we got to give these people what they want, man. 182 fights. Give us another one, man. We got to get one in every.
See, you wasn't paying attention. I dropped them off one earlier.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I dropped them off one. I gave him one, y'all. See, he wasn't even paying attention.
We got to give us another one, man. We got
You know what I'm saying?
180.
I was telling you about the time, like I remember. I got woke up one morning, and it was that special day coming like tomorrow, Mother's Day. And I figured I'd get up early that morning because it was from Friday night and everybody stayed woke all that night. And you know, it was that Saturday night and everybody stayed woke all that night Saturday. So me not knowing that first time in there, that rip, me seeing that morning how they was going to react on that Sunday morning, which was Mother's Day. And I'm telling you, the way they did it was smooth because it was quiet. And it was about like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
In the evening or morning?
In the morning.
Oh, it's early in the morning.
This bright and early. Because in my mind, I thought you from y'all staying woke all these 2 nights, y'all gonna be sleeping like y'all normally sleeping till 11 o'clock. But I didn't know how it was gonna go like this on that first rip. So you understand me, when I first got up, I ain't hearing nothing, and I ain't seeing nothing walking up and down them tills. Real talk, based on true stories. Can't make it up. I ain't seeing nothing walking up and down them tills. You could hear the TV on, and the volume is low. You could see through the windows, through the gates, that nobody on the phone from the shadow. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And I saw this shit. So as I put on my slippers, as I jumped down, rinsed my mouth out, brushed my teeth slowly, quietly. You push the button twice, got up, went to the phone. I'm not knowing that these dudes laying in the racks like this here, just waiting on 8 o'clock themselves. I'm not paying attention. The phone wasn't even flipped upside down. They wasn't hanging down. They wasn't flipped upside down.
The phone don't come on till 8 o'clock?
Yeah, 8 o'clock. Well, they'll come on all the time. 8 o'clock and 10:30 on the weekend. Last phone call started 10:15 in exactly 10:30. Real talk. So I'm going to the phone and I'm looking at it. The clock say 7:59, clock, talk, 8 o'clock. Pick up the phone. You can hear it, how you know it's on, because you have reached this phone, you can dial a number, such and such, right? So as I'm getting ready to dial the number, I'm hearing, look, flops, 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 jumping down, coming to the phone. I'm looking at a dude named John. You heard me? Nigga named John. Real talk. On end wing. I'm looking at him coming telling me, man, hold on, let me use the phone right fast. And I'm telling him I'm already dialed the number, my phone already gone through, right? I'm looking at him take the phone out my hand. Real talk. Based on true story. And when he was taking the phone out my hand, he was telling me, and I'm trying to hold it. I'm holding it while he pulling it out my hand, you hear me? I'm holding it while he pulling it out my hand. He snatched that bitch out my hand and he was trying to hit me in my face and he hit me on my knuckles. And when he hit me on my knuckles, he hung up the phone. He said it didn't have to be all that. It didn't have to be all that. So he started hitting me in front of the other dudes. Look, niggas getting up, brushing their teeth. Look, other dudes on the phone looking at a dude like that. Nobody trying to help me. Nobody trying to help me. Now, I'm fighting back this time, but guess what I'm fighting at this time? Right. I'm turned sideways fighting at the wall, you heard me? Fighting at the wall, trying to turn straight to start hitting the nigga. But a nigga sitting on top of you that's over like 100 pounds more than you, you get the drift, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't get to call home that day to tell my girl and my mama Happy Mother's Day.
Damn.
I wound up Monday sending the fucking letter out through the mail with a card I had made with colors and white paper. And on the colors and white papers, I wrote Happy Mother's Day, love y'all. I was unable to use the phone because of circumstances.
Damn.
So if you want to know how PeeWee Day was, that's how it was. And I'm telling you, a lot of them might not want to claim this shit and say this shit, but your Mother's Day ain't gonna be all that great in that bitch. So here's from PeeWee to you. I'm telling you and your old ladies and your mamas, Happy Mother's Day to y'all. Shout out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
but
Mother's Day be going down. Anyhow,
any day, really.
Temples be flaring.
But you know, some days is just more special, more reason to get your ass whooped. You heard me? Some days, I'm just saying it ain't all about that, but I'm just saying it is what it is. It gets stressful on them days, bro. It gets stressful, bro. But hey, it ain't as bad as Father's Day. Like Father's Day, they could cope with this shit. Because a lot of them know they was bum-ass dads. That's what the baby mamas say.
Right.
You know, you know what I'm saying? You know, they don't have no guilty conscience, you know. It ain't like they was doing for the, you know, I ain't saying bad, but I'm just saying, you know how they label the dads, the unfit fathers, who've been locked up 3 to 4, 5 years. Kept saying he was coming home and be a dad to his child. Got caught with 200 pounds of keys of drugs in the car with his child. You know, bro, it's all good though, bro.
How many different jails, prisons you been to on your 7-year bid?
I want to say like about 9.
Why they ship people around like that?
I don't know.
I was talking to one of my homeboys the other day. Like,
it's a money thing.
Yeah, he did like 4 years. He been in like 11, 12 different prisons in them 4 years.
It's a money thing,
one
bro.
of them, it's Allen or something.
Wait,
out there. Allen for 1 week.
And they ship you.
For 1 week.
Some of them be like some of the camps they ship you to, bro. It'll be like a transfer camp, transferring you to go do your rest of your bid or to start your bid. Like,
what was the reason? I'm saying, like, cause it's
money.
Like you did 7 years.
Money, man.
So,
like some people.
You've been to 9 different prisons.
You gotta look at it. You're a number. You're a number in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're a number. And your number is like, if you in a prison where somebody want to get at and somebody got power and money and shit like that, they have to swap out shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if a lady that got money or a man that got money trying to get his son home closer to this home,
right?
I'm a network that said, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting it to you for free. Because if I give you the free, man, you're gonna be making money off this inmate more, you know what I'm saying, every day. So I'm gonna give you something in return. And it'd be up like a package there. You might get 10 or 20 niggas like that, that's in a shipment like that, might be going from transfer from one town to one town. You know what I'm saying? There's some camps you go to, you gotta be looking at when the judge sentenced you. You gotta look at where the judge sentenced you to. Is it hardcore prison, or is it a state, or is it fed, or is it, if it's stipulation like you gotta go to this place here to go to a rehab, and you know, some places don't have these places and programs in these prisons, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So in the process of you waiting, you might start off like I had to start off at East Baton Rouge Parish. You know what I'm saying? Before I got to boot camp and impact and hunts, I done went to 9 different other camps. I went to a drug place like Concordia, Rivers Bend. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'd have been to DCI. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been to, man. I'd have been to Toledo Bend. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been to Hunts. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been to Pringle Parish. I'd have been to Denver Springs.
What's the worst one you've been to?
Nigga, you know that. Don't ask me no stupid ass questions.
Baton Rouge Parish?
That's the worst one.
That's the worst out of all of them?
Shit.
What about that hula call?
Man, fuck a hula call. The guards beat you up more than the niggas beat you up out there.
At the hula?
Yeah. Real talk. Hula different. When I went up there, walked on the right side of the line, you know what I'm saying? You not argue back with the guards. You know what I'm saying? Chow mean get up now, don't wait no 2 seconds, doors closed. You know what I'm saying? Yard calls, getting your ass whooped with niggas you don't know, coming in there stealing your stuff. Hula different. You know? And I couldn't understand why they used to always want to go to the Calahula. But you know, in the parish, they took cigarettes away. If you smoking cigarettes in that bitch, it's a privilege. You know what I'm saying? Because you getting your shit in. But out there, you got to look at what I'm talking about. The hula, everybody smoke. You just need money on your book. They call that a stress relief camp.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they call it, a stress relief camp. And that gets you out the parish from being locked up and confined. You able to go outside twice a day on the yard. You know what I'm saying? You able to walk. You know what I'm saying? You able to go through other niggas shit and other through dawn. You know what I'm saying? You ever, you know?
You got a little more freedom.
Yeah. You know, they got Pine Perry. I'd have been to Pine Perry. It's like a Fed camp back then. You know what I'm saying? Pine Perry is different. Phone calls high as a mother. Real talk. High. You go pay for them to call from Pine Perry to Baton Rouge. You know what I'm saying? They got pistols on the outside like Hunts and Angola. You don't see that in other camps, like where you go outside and piss in the things, like in the parks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The phones on the outside. You don't see it. There's a Fed camp. You know, it's out there in the country by Bill Platt, way out there, you heard me? But it's a lot of them, bro. But the parish, top 10. Remember, I tell people, a dude, I put a stir out so raw, a dude called me and told me he wanted to do an interview for me, and he was locked up in Alcatraz.
Yeah.
One of the rawest prisons it was, from the way I told the story. So what I'm telling you is, you do the math. I ain't telling you it's what it's like today. I'm telling you, because today, evidently, look like it must be good, because everybody want to go in there.
I see they got a fly swat hanging and swinging.
Yeah.
Now, they had like some nasty prisons with flies and roaches and stuff like that.
Yeah, the parish.
Or it'd be sanitary.
Ain't no prison sanitary. The feds might be clean, but they ain't sanitary. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no prison. Man, they all unsanitary, man. You where thousands of people can't see you and check on you every day. You where, you know what I'm saying? It's worse than a nursing home. You know what I'm saying? The world, you're away from the world. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know, but I'm telling you what it is. In there, it's nasty. It's filthy. In some of the places, I don't even know how they sleep.
What about they insulated? So like when it's hot outside, it's hot in there?
Completely different. They run and control that shit, but they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like the summertime, they always say that the air conditioning broke. It's always broke. Wintertime, the air conditioning work. You know what I'm saying? Freezing the fuck out you. Now we ain't got no blankets.
Damn.
They play some mind games in there, bro. Real talk. They play some mind games. But the whole thing, bro, you would want to keep one of these bitches in there if you're looking for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna see roaches. You gonna see flies. You know what I'm saying? If you're lucky you at a camp, you might see shit in your food. If you get that kind of lucky, you know what I'm saying? Real talk. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is, my boy. But they ain't gonna hear this shit nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? They gonna only hear it on Nitty TV.
Nitty TV.
Only on Nitty TV.
Only on the Nitty exclusive.
Only on Nitty, man. Only on the Nitty. I'm saying everybody else might be adding shit to it and sugarcoat shit to it and making it look like, and try to make it look like it's real. But what I'm telling you, it's real. And what I'm telling you is, it's scary to see this shit. Cause when you won't believe it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You be like, man, no, just move this shit. But don't let them people keep fooling y'all and telling y'all it's great in there, it's love in there, they having fun in there. They not. They not, bro. Not where I'm from.
It ain't no fun in there.
Nah. But if you like just being around dudes all day, you know what I'm saying? Chilling with your boys, that's out your hood, fight the gang, shit like that. Go to that bitch, man. You just might have fun. What the hell? You ain't gotta pay for nothing. They give you 3 cots, meals, bed, and toothpaste. Live off the state. Do like the right G. You crazy as a motherfucker if y'all fall for that, man.
So you ain't going back in
No,
there?
for who? For who? My mama, no. My sisters, no. My daughters, no. My son, no. My girl, my old lady, fuck no. Nobody. Don't offer me no money, don't bring nothing to the table. The answer is no. Because my first thing was take your lick.
Take your lick.
I've been there, baby. I know how it is. You go, try it out. Not even much for you, nigga.
$1 million?
Man, you can keep it. You can keep it. I'll survive off
$1
people.
million for 6 months.
Man, I ain't gonna, for what?
6 months.
If it's that good, baby, you can go.
God
If
damn.
it's that good, baby, you can go.
Damn.
See, like one day in that bitch, like a year on the street, baby. A lot of shit could go on that one day, bro. That is how it's 6 months. One day is like 365 days.
Yeah.
One day. Because from that morning, your first time in that bitch, and you in a bitch in that old prison, bro, you in a bitch like that, and you around these gorillas and you know what I'm saying, lions and tigers and bears, I'm talking about on these stories, one day, I guarantee you, you'll be doing like I was doing, especially if you're green, you'll be checking the fuck out. You know, you'll be deputy, I can't live. Fuck, I look like going in there for 6 months for $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, 6 months. I'm telling you, one day is like 365 days a year. One day like that. So imagine the shit that go on from that morning, 24 hours, that day, to happen. And I'm telling you, just so happen, they'll put you in that motherfucker where you won't make it to 2 hours. Fuck
Yeah.
no, don't take your chances. But y'all got love for Nitty. Nitty got a good, strong podcast. He got good followers. They got some out there would do that for you, Nitty. But PeeWee showing the fuck ain't. Ask me if I'm gonna do some shit.
It ain't going down.
No cap. What them young kids must be saying? No cap.
No cap.
No cap. Real talk. Real talk. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It don't always go the way you plan it. Ain't no need to plan that shit. Cause people gonna give you a different result. Now what I can do is like what my mom and dad used to tell me, I can pray for you, young man.
You can pray for me.
Yeah. That's it. But even much the process of me telling me, they used to tell me that, you still have to go through time. You still have to, what, you praying for me? That's all God got to offer? There's more time? That's how you be looking at it, mad at the moment. Prayers don't work. But I'm gonna tell you, a strong believer, they helped me. You heard me? Mm-hmm. They really helped me. And it wasn't just my prayer, it was their prayers. Man, I'm telling you, bro, I'm just happy I'm here.
Yeah,
because I still know a lot of dudes that was locked up with me back when you know what I'm saying, still locked up. Mm-hmm. From this day. They ain't coming home. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
They been had without any chance of parole. You heard me? They been had that already, you know what I'm saying, tucking away. You know what I'm saying? But these new laws about to deal with them in a way that their mom and daddy should have dealt with them.
Right.
It's gonna break them. And this law here, they ain't gonna have to bend them over. It's just gonna break them as they stand. And they gonna get it together.
What's that law you're talking about?
Shit, you about to see. just watch the news, baby. Just watch the news. It ain't benefiting us. I know that. It ain't benefiting us, bro. Man, it ain't benefiting us, man. I'm telling you, bro. It's one thing you just have to do day for day, bro. You know what I'm saying? And all this arrests and shit, all that's going out the door. You got more than 3 or 4 arrests. We about to deal with you now.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? We figure you should have been dealt with. You got 3 or 4, 5 arrests, ain't nothing been done. You ain't been charged. You ain't got no conviction. And nothing win. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's more than one way to win off of them. But that's what they doing.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, bro, this the Mother's Day edition with Marlon PeeWee on Knitted TV, man. You got any shout-outs, anything you want to say before we get out of here, man?
Say, man, look, shout out to my dog Knitted, man. Y'all keep watching that podcast. Remember, bro, he's aiming to always be number 1, and that's what they say. We
Yes,
number
sir.
1, bro. Shout out to
one.
OG Person. Shout out my dog Knitted. You know, Terrence, man. I can't wait to be back with Terrence. Man, Uncle Bang, Uncle B. I fuck with Uncle B, man. Shout out to Uncle B. Man, y'all gotta also follow my platform, man. Marlon PeeWee Joseph, man. Fuck with me, man. Everything all good here. Right now, I'm not going back in that cell with them. This PeeWee, I'm free. We out of here.
You have to catch that on Nitty TV, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Only on it.
Only on the Nitty. I'm telling y'all.
Only on the Nitty. It's exclusive.
And this is